why we started Meerkat in the first place. In 2004, we went to a conference in Canada and we were basically told that it's very nice for Africa to participate in the race to host the site, but we don't believe that Africa can actually win an instrument or build an instrument like this. So we came back to government at the end of 2004 and we said to them, is there any way that you can support us to conceptualize and build a small instrument so that we can show the world that Africa can do this?
You know, astronomy, we've got quite a track record. It's not the first time we're doing globally good projects. I think we have managed to gather a whole range of countries together in a joint bid, and so there's lots of reasons for Africa to not deserve is the wrong word, but to win this particular bid. I think we have a cost advantage over Australia. I think we have perhaps a time zone advantage relative with Europe. So I think, and we have the science and the engineering to live up to expectations. I think many of the innovations currently in the SKA design are actually coming from here. So
it counts in your favor if you can say, well, you're going to get a site where there are already 64 of these antennas rolled out.
To put up those that type of infrastructure, it requires South Africans to do quite a lot of work.
Well, from my perspective, which is specifically in the steel industry, there's huge opportunities. There are over 3,000 dishes that have to be manufactured, which means that probably more than one fabricator or manufacturer will have to get involved.
There will be many subcontractors that will benefit from a contract like this. So ultimately the benefit is the creation of wealth and the distribution of that wealth to the employment of people on various levels.
SKA and the transfer of technology, know-how and ability, and also opening it to the world whereby people would come here to learn more, to see more and to experience more. I think that would probably be the major benefit out of that. And then obviously what comes from that, the spin-offs that come from that.
It will also put let me say, some positive pressure on these countries to improve their connectivity.
To construct a telescope of that nature, you need a whole host of infrastructure. And given the fact that we already have access to a lot of these infrastructure, electricity, road articulation, water and so on, it's already in place.
Power supply to these dishes, which is going to put pressure also on the country's infrastructure. So it means that some innovative ways of powering these antennas needs to be developed.
So it's a very substantial project. It has a short timeline, so it has to be delivered very quickly. From a construction point of view, it wouldn't be, we would be able to make the timelines.
This is a project that has a 10-year lifespan and a 30-year life afterwards. So whatever it is that we need to do to make sure it doesn't impact us badly, I think is complete valid concern.
It's a passive instrument. It sits there and it receives a signal that travels from outer space. It doesn't transmit anything. There's no increase in the temperature. We do very little harm to the environment.
I don't think we expect an attack from space, but building blocks, software, the integration of software, sensor fusion, and a number of other smaller technology building blocks might well be applicable for homeland security, internal security, self-defense. I think so.
It kind of, in a strange way, sort of reminds me of NASA, saying we're going to put somebody on the moon, knowing that the technology of the day couldn't do that. The technology of today cannot deliver the SKA, and yet we're setting out to build it.
We see our role in this SKA project as being working with both industry and government to be able to identify the opportunities for the small, medium enterprises, but also for large businesses in Gauteng to be involved.
Even if we do not win the SKA, we want to be quite critical and crucial in the engineering design and management of the instrument as it rolls out.
Of course, I know it's a cliche, but South Africans can make a thing work. There will be a very competitive bid that will allow us to win and ultimately to succeed, to deliver, because that will be the true test.